Well, I think that in our experience, the MARS task can be used in so many different ways. We give it as a spring assessment. However, when we do get those released items, we're able to use them in its entirety, you know, a pre-assessment, a post-assessment, in the middle of a unit assessment. We can do it individually, in pairs and groups. We can take a particular couple of questions out of it and focus on those. So I think that what was nice for us to see too, and was reaffirmed by this video clip, is that we didn't go back and re-engage in all the pieces of the task, but we took a particular question that we really wanted to delve into mathematically, which was that notion of when do two plans, when will they cost the same amount of money, and how many visits to the gym will it be the same, and when does one plan become a better plan than another plan, etc. So we decided that that was our focus, but it was really nice to know that the richness of the tasks themselves gives you a variety of ways to use them for different mathematical issues and purposes.
Yeah, so I think one of the things Margie hit on was the idea of how engaged students are. I think they really like that idea of trying to figure out what other students are thinking. And it sort of just shows the power of allowing students in the classroom to do the thinking rather than us just going, oh, look at this great strategy, blah, 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 blah. Because they really are just so interested in trying to figure it out. And that excitement level, I think, is something that you don't see in maybe ways that we've used the tasks in the past when we've worked with students.
What we saw was that the discourse between the students was so incredibly important, and really telling for us and to help us understand where they are in the process, and as I said, help us know where to go next.
Yeah, and I think like one of your ideas was the idea that they're using vocabulary in a different way. I think sometimes in the classroom we don't give students a reason to use mathematical vocabulary. We, you know, here's the definitions, blah, blah, blah. They hear us say it, but this format of planning a lesson gives students a reason to actually use it themselves to try to explain their ideas. And I think that's when they're really going to get those subtleties in different meanings.
I thought it was very interesting how students disassociated themselves from their answer and started to look at the mathematics. So even if it was their particular response that had been chosen, it wasn't theirs any longer. There may have been a buzz around the classroom, oh, that's what I wrote. But once that was over, it wasn't about, this is my work. It became about, well, what is the mathematics here, and why does it work, or why doesn't it work? And one of the framing questions we used is, what advice would you give to this student to help him or her actually understand what to do? And they took it very seriously. So it wasn't even about what answer or what strategy did that student use that made it right or wrong. It's what was valid or powerful about that strategy, or what didn't work, and here's how I would like to build on that. So it took the answer away from the task and made it about the thinking.